The Straight History of Orthodontics. Historical Nonfiction. Some people look forward to getting braces on their teeth, thinking they look cool. Other people grow morbid at the idea. These unwilling patients avoid visiting the orthodontist until resistance becomes futile. But everyone should be thankful for the progress this science has made over the centuries. In bygone days, many a butcher botched an attempt to remedy a problem that's now easily cured. The pain that once made dental work notorious has been minimized by anesthesia, but it took some time for orthodontics to reach its present state. Fossil remains of crooked teeth and cluttered mouths date back tens of thousands of years. Some ancient Greek and Roman texts, dating back more than 2,000 years, describe the treatment of these conditions. Artifacts found in rich, lavish burial sites in ancient Italy indicate an even earlier use of orthodontic devices. And going back still further, an attempt at braces may have been discovered on some Egyptian mummies. These human remains had dilapidated but recognizable metal bands around their teeth. Techniques for correcting dental irregularities did not advance much until the 18th century. French dentists led the way, and the scientific foundations they laid have not been dismantled. The greatest contribution came from Pierre Fauchard. In 1728, Fauchard published the first general study of dentistry. In it, he described different processes of straightening teeth. In one, he filed down a crooked tooth to create surplus space around it. Then he repositioned the tooth, using special pliers, bound it to its neighbors, and let it set. Beneficiaries of Fauchard's treatment must have been grateful when the work was finished. After all, these treatments were surely grueling without anesthesia. Could anyone blame the patients if they reacted with fearful timidity and bellowed during the procedures? But evidently, there were many Frenchmen who knew that you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Hundreds of patients flocked to Fauchard to pamper themselves and improve their looks with dental work. Pioneering European orthodontists introduced new techniques and instruments in the 19th century. By mid-century, the American economy was quite hospitable to innovation. American dentists began to take the lead in research and invention. Electricity revolutionized the operating room, and anesthesia made surgery less painful. The 20th century saw further refinement in the materials and methods of orthodontics, but the fundamental principles of the science were developed during the days of Fauchard. The research performed between then and now has established orthodontics as a profession, and it has opened the way for everyone to benefit from straighter teeth.
Bellow. Bellow. Bellow functions as two parts of speech. It can be a verb meaning to make a sound similar to that of a bull. Cannons may bellow out a royal salute. Or bellow can be used as a noun, meaning a loud, angry roar. When struck, a kettle drum emits a sort of low bellow, like the distant peal of thunder. Now you say bellow. Repeat the word. Beneficiary. Beneficiary. Beneficiary is a noun, meaning one who profits from something, or one who is left something in a will. Do you know who is the beneficiary of your mom's or dad's life insurance policy? Or Pip, in Great Expectations, is the beneficiary of Magwitch's generosity. Now you try beneficiary. One more time. Botch. Botch. Botch functions as two parts of speech. It can be a verb meaning to repair badly, or to make a mess of. A careless worker can easily botch an assignment, no matter how simple. Or botch can be a noun meaning a badly messed up job. Without careful guidance, an untrained employee is likely to make a botch of the simplest task. Now it's your turn. Say botch. And again. Clutter. Clutter. Clutter also functions as two parts of speech. It can be a verb meaning to fill in a disorderly way. It is unwise to clutter emergency exits. Or clutter can be a noun meaning disorder or mess. Your dad may leave a great deal of clutter on his desk. Now you say clutter. Repeat the word. Dilapidated. Dilapidated. Dilapidated is an adjective meaning run down or falling apart. New plaster and a fresh coat of paint can do wonders for dilapidated walls and ceilings. Similarly, flea markets offer prospective customers dilapidated furniture at bargain prices. Your turn. Say dilapidated. Once again. Dismantle. Dismantle. Dismantle is a verb meaning to take apart. Only a qualified mechanic should attempt to dismantle the engine of an expensive foreign car. Or idle gossip and unfounded rumors can do much to dismantle a person's reputation. Now let's hear you say dismantle. Try the word again. Farce. Farce. Farce is a noun meaning a broadly humorous play, or a ridiculous sham. Mistaken identity and slapstick comedy are essential ingredients in French farce. Or the writers of several classic TV sitcoms turn the realities of military life into memorable farce. Your turn. Say farce. One more time. Futile. Futile. Futile is an adjective meaning unsuccessful or useless. Opposition to the proposed merger of two companies may prove futile. Or a convicted criminal may make a futile appeal for mercy. Now let's hear you say futile. And again. Grueling. Grueling. Grueling is an adjective meaning very tiring or calling for a lot of effort. Physical labor of any type may prove to be grueling. Or the grueling demands of running for public office can daunt many a prospective candidate. Well, it's your turn now. Say grueling. One more time. Hospitable. Hospitable. Hospitable is an adjective meaning friendly or generous, or open to anything new. Intimate bed and breakfasts offer a hospitable alternative to expensive luxury hotels. Or the climate of a certain monarch's court may not be hospitable to criticism. Now it's your turn. Say hospitable. Once again. Lair. Lair. Lair is a noun meaning a wild animal's den, or any hideout. The hero of a fairy tale may surprise a dragon in its lair. Or passing bird watchers may startle a rabbit from its lair. Now you try the word lair. Once more. Lavish. Lavish. Lavish functions as two parts of speech. It can be an adjective meaning overly generous or abundant. A millionaire may give lavish parties aboard his or her yacht. Or lavish can be a verb meaning to spend or give freely. Good parents lavish love and attention rather than material goods on their offspring. Now let's hear you say lavish. Try the word again. Morbid. Morbid. Morbid is an adjective meaning extremely gloomy or unwholesome. The American writer Edgar Allan Poe was fond of morbid heroes. Or someone you know may exhibit a morbid curiosity about the details of a grisly murder. Now you say morbid. Repeat the word. Notorious. Notorious. Notorious is an adjective meaning widely known for bad conduct. Bonnie and Clyde were a notorious pair of bank robbers during the 1930s. Or Bedlam was a notorious insane asylum in 18th century London. Now it's your turn. Say notorious. And again. Pamper. Pamper. Pamper is a verb meaning to be too generous or easygoing toward. Everyone usually wants to pamper a newborn baby. Or, observers of the American scene might criticize a growing tendency to pamper criminals. Now you say pamper. Try the word again. Parasite. Parasite. Parasite is a noun meaning an organism that lives on another organism, or a person who lives off another person. An external parasite weakens but rarely kills its host animal. Or, many people consider professional beggars and panhandlers to be social parasites. Well, it's your turn now. Say parasite. One more time. Shirk. Shirk. Shirk is a verb meaning to avoid or get out of doing work, or to neglect a duty. We all have a tendency to shirk tasks that are boring or unpleasant. Or, at first, Hamlet tries to shirk the ghost's request for vengeance. Now you say shirk. Repeat the word. Surplus. Surplus. Surplus functions as two parts of speech. It can be a noun meaning an excess. A surplus of goods will usually cause market prices to fall. Or surplus can be an adjective meaning more than what is needed. What to do with surplus revenues often becomes a matter of sharp debate in state legislatures. Now it's your turn. Say surplus. Once more. Timidity. Timidity. Timidity is a noun meaning fearfulness. Critics may accuse a presidential administration of unwarranted timidity in dealing with a real crisis. Or, domestic animals have lost their natural timidity in regard to human beings. Now you say timidity. And again. Veto. Veto. Veto functions as two parts of speech. It can be a noun meaning the power to forbid or prevent. Many governors block legislation they dislike by the use of the pocket veto. Or veto can be a verb meaning to forbid. Your parents may veto your plans for the weekend. Well, by now you know the drill. Say veto. Once again.